All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible engine that powers some of the biggest names on the internet. It's one of the most powerful technologies out there, running the websites and apps you probably use every single day. So what exactly is it?
I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about it? How in the world does Google search the entire internet in a fraction of a second? Or how can YouTube stream endless videos to millions of people all at the same time without that dreaded buffering wheel? You'd think it's magic, right? Well, it's not.
So the secret sauce here is a massive global infrastructure called the Google Cloud Platform. And what's really cool is that this is the exact same powerhouse technology that Google built for its own stuff, like search and YouTube, but now it's available for anyone to use. Let's break down what that really means for you.
Okay, so to really get why the cloud is such a game changer, we kind of have to look back in time. We need to understand the problem it was built to solve. Imagine trying to launch a website, say 20 years ago. Let's look at that before picture and then see how much has changed.
At its heart, Google Cloud Platform, or GCP, as you'll hear it called, is basically a huge collection of computer services. Think of it like this. Instead of buying your own power plant, you just plug into the grid. With GCP, instead of buying your own computer servers, you just plug into Google's massive infrastructure and rent theirs. You get to use their servers, their storage, their databases, even their super smart AI tools, all through the internet.
And this is where it gets really brilliant. You can just forget about buying a bunch of expensive physical server machines. You don't have to worry about building a special room, a data center, with all the right cooling and power. And you get to skip that huge upfront cash investment. You just pay for what you use, kind of like your electricity bill.
Let's put this into perspective. Building an app back in the day? Phew, it was a whole process. You had to buy the hardware, install the operating system, handle all the maintenance yourself. But with Google Cloud, you make an account, you click a few buttons to launch a virtual server in minutes, and bam, your app can be live for the entire world almost instantly. The difference is just night and day.
So, what's actually in this thing? Let's pop the hood and take a look at a few of the key tools you get inside the Google Cloud Platform.
All right, first and foremost, you've got Compute Engine. This is the bedrock. The easiest way to think about it, it's literally your own virtual computer, living inside one of Google's data centers. This is where you run your code. You get to think how powerful it is, what operating system it uses. You're in the driver's seat. Okay, so you've got your computer. Now you need somewhere to put your stuff, right? That's cloud storage. It's basically a gigantic, super reliable hard drive in the cloud where you can store anything and everything. Images, user photos, massive video files. It's built to be safe, secure, and available whenever you need it.
Now, most apps need a more organized way to store data, like user profiles or maybe a product list. That's where Cloud SQL comes in. The key word here is managed. What that really means is Google takes care of all the boring, difficult stuff for you, the setup, the maintenance, the backups, so you can just focus on building your app.
And for the really big, complex apps, there's something called Kubernetes Engine, or GKE. It's a tool for managing applications that are packaged up in these things called containers. Just imagine a container as a neat little box that has your app's code and everything it needs to run, all bundled together. GKE is the master organizer that can manage and scale thousands of these boxes for you automatically.
And of course, none of this matters if it's not secure. That's where IAM comes in. Think of it as the ultimate security guard or bouncer for your entire cloud setup. It lets you get super specific with the rules, deciding exactly who gets to do what, making sure all your important stuff stays protected. Okay, I know that was a bunch of names. Compute Engine, GKE, IAM. Don't sweat it. Seriously, you don't need to memorize any of that right now. The big idea to take away is that Google Cloud is this huge toolkit with everything you need, computing, storage, databases, security, all ready to go.
So who's actually using all this stuff in the real world? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's a pretty wide range.
I mean, it's pretty much everyone. We're talking tiny startups trying to build the next big thing, all the way up to huge multinational companies. Gaming companies use it to make sure their games run smoothly, and companies that work with tons of data and AI rely on it to do the heavy lifting.
But why Google Cloud specifically? What's the draw? Well, it usually boils down to a few key things. It's known for being incredibly fast and high performance. It has some of the best tools on the planet for analyzing data, and it's a real leader when it comes to artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Okay, this is all great for big companies, but let's bring it back to you. What does this all mean for you? Well, understanding the cloud isn't just a tech thing, it's a career thing.
It's about opening up some pretty incredible opportunities.
Getting skilled up in Google Cloud can put you on the path to some amazing jobs. You could become a cloud engineer, designing these cloud systems. Or maybe a DevOps engineer, helping get software out to users faster. Or a data engineer, building pipelines for massive amounts of information. These are all jobs that are in super high demand right now.
It's a really simple formula, right? More and more companies are moving to the cloud. That means the demand for people with these skills is just going up and up. Learning this stuff is a ticket to a really strong and secure future in the tech world.
So, this is probably the big question floating around in your head. Is this stuff going to be super hard to learn? Is it way over my head? And I want to tell you, the answer is a definite no.
You can absolutely do this. It's not about being a genius. It's about having a few building blocks in place. If you get the basics of how networking works, if you're comfortable with a command line in Linux or Windows, and you have a general grasp of IT concepts, you have the perfect foundation to start your journey. You just take it one step at a time.
I really want to leave you with this idea because I think it's so powerful. The technology that runs Google Search and YouTube, it's not locked away in a vault anymore. It's been opened up for everyone, for you to build the next wave of amazing, fast, and smart applications.
So let's just wrap it up with this. If you're looking at your future and thinking about a career in technology, investing your time in learning Google Cloud is, without a doubt, one of the smartest and most solid choices you can make, not just for today, but for 2025 and way beyond.
And that really just leaves one last question, which is the most important one of all. Now that you've seen what this platform can do, now that you know what tools are at your fingertips, what are you going to build with the power of the cloud?